Good morning and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm really sorry, guys. I know this was originally scheduled for an hour ago. I didn't set my alarm because I don't normally sleep 12 hours. My body's usually good at kicking me out right at 7:30, 8. So anyway, apparently I must have really needed it, and I sure got it. So here I am. I'm sorry for being late again. Today we're working on set number 31139. It's just released, 808 pieces. Or I'm sorry, I got the wrong one. I'm looking at the wrong card. See, that's how good oversleeping does you. I'm working on the modular construction site, which is actually set number 910008. And it was just released 3,374 pieces, 6 minifigures, and retailed for $319.99. Okay, so here's the deal. We're actually using the instructions on my phone, so it's a little bit different for me. So let's see if I can find this again. And wow, it's amazing how much stuff you open in just a day, huh? I'll find it, and then we'll get started here. Boy, oh, there it is. Okay. Hopefully it didn't lose my place because that could take a while. Anyway, I think we had bags 1 through 4, if I remember right. Yes, it did lose my place. So I'm gonna have to reopen this here. All right. It's up. It's downloading it. So anyway, good morning, John. How you doing? Thanks for sending the message, John. And I apologize for being late. But no, I've had the last couple of days have been really good, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. All right. Oh yeah, it put me right where I was at. Okay. So we did bags 1 through 3. So we're starting with bag number 4. It did not lose my place. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn up the brightness on my phone so I can see what the heck I'm doing because I turned it way down because I was sleeping. Okay. All right, so let's see. Okay, so let's talk about the last couple of days. The last couple of days have actually been really good for me. I had a general contractor come out yesterday, and he was here for a while, and we talked about all kinds of things like the shop and what's wrong with it. And he didn't even bat an eye. He looked at it, saw what the damage, saw what was going on with it, and he says, "I've fixed worse." And he says he knows exactly what needs to happen to fix it. And so he took measurements, that kind of stuff, and he said that he'll be back to with an estimate, and we can proceed from there. So hopefully I'll get an estimate here soon, and we can start that up. He also did look at the house itself, and I really don't know how to explain it. So because I can't show you, showing you would be better than just talking about it. So I'll go ahead and do my best here. And oh, I'm sorry, I was going to switch cameras so you can see what I'm building. So let me do that real quick. No, I don't want to see the news. Okay, here we are. There we go. Apologize for that. That's my bad here. Okay, here we are. So I guess try to picture this in your head. I've got at my back door, there's a downspout, not close to the door, about 10 feet away. And you can tell by the way that the house was originally built, there was no intention for there to ever be a deck back there. And at one point, I guess he just decided that let's add a deck, and he did. But the problem with that is he never extended the downspout, and the dirt up against the house has settled, and it is settled at a downward slope towards the house. So what happens is when it rains or it snows and it melts, it goes down the downspout underneath the deck, never makes it out past the deck, and just comes back in and goes downstairs or goes along the foundation wall and comes in the basement. And so that's going to be a job because when he works on that, he's going to have to gingerly remove the boards, and it's not regular wood. It's some other type of I can't remember what it is. It's kind of like a plastic almost. It's not vinyl. Anyways, he's got to remove all that, and then he's got to do some digging to put that black I don't know what you call it, accordion pipe stuff in there. And then once he does that, then he's got to drop that pipe in there and then put the dirt back and then put the deck back together. So the issue with that though, and I don't see where that second one goes. Oh, over there. Okay, cool. The hard part though too is that there's an additional downspout that's missing, and so it just pours the water onto the deck. And so while he's got the deck apart, I want him to put that downspout back, replace it, and then have that same black accordion pipe stuff installed. And they're close enough together because it's kind of in a corner that one's here, one's here. So if you dig a trench, they can meet and then go out underneath the deck. And so I asked him to give me an estimate for all that. And then I want a window well on the same side of the house. The dirt has settled towards the house, and so I want him to go ahead and take care of that as well. And he'll take care of that. And let's see, I don't even know where I'm at. Let's see. Oh, there I am. Okay. I want him to install a window well extender that puts it up about 8 inches, and then he can put dirt sloping away from the house. Because right now the dirt goes right up to the top of the window well, and the dirt, unfortunately, is sloping towards the house, and that has to be fixed. So there's a lot there. And I also want him to install a door on my cold storage because Max, the cat that I have, he's quite a turd sometimes. He likes to go into the cold storage and play with my food in there, which really upsets me. And I don't have a door, so I can't close it. And so I asked the guy to give me an estimate on putting a door in. That way I don't have to deal with it anymore. And this is kind of oh, there we are. Okay, I got it. I know what I'm doing. So hopefully here in a few days, I'll have some good estimates on what it's going to take to fix this place up a little bit. Now, this is just round one. I just want to take care of the stuff that's going to damage the house. I mean, obviously, if you got water coming in the basement, you're asking for some serious structural problems if you don't take care of that. And seeing that this house is already 13, 14 years old, it's been going on since day one. And so there probably is some damage already, but it's not serious enough to cause some serious problems just yet. But that's exactly what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to get ahead of those problems, and I don't want those problems. So anyway, a little bit about what's going on over here. And I did let him know that I'm on the pay-as-you-go program, so I will not be just tackling all the problems. Those problems I will tackle all at once. Everything I talked about, I've got the money for that. But in the future, I told him, I said, I'm gonna have, I'll be calling you, and we'll get some estimates on some further stuff, and then go from there and see what we can do. And he didn't bat an eye. He's like, okay, we'll figure it out. So he seems like the right guy for the job, and hopefully it all works out. So and speaking of drainage, I could sure use a proper drainage right now, or I will be this coming week maybe, because guys, I love living out here. I love living out in the mountainous area, but if I didn't say it was a pain, I'd be lying to you. Here's the deal. I do love living out here. I'm not complaining, but what I am saying though is it does have consequences. And one of the consequences of being nestled in the mountains is constant snow, even this late into the season. Most of you people probably have flowers budding. In fact, I talked to my friends in the DC area, and they were telling me about going to the Cherry Blossom Festival, which I've been to when I lived there. But here's the problem. We don't have cherry blossoms around here right now. What do we have? Well, we had 6 inches of snow overnight 2 nights ago. And in fact, it was the night that I did the live stream last. And then yesterday, we got another 5 inches. So we've got 11 inches of fresh snow on the ground, and it's almost April. So that's what we got over here. And that's, you know, this is my first, I don't know, what do you call it? I haven't been here a full year yet. So I'm still kind of getting used to this place and well, you know, the different things that happen here. I have heard from my neighbors that we've been going through a drought, and the snowfall that we're getting right now is what used to be normal. But the last couple years, we haven't got a whole lot. So even the locals are kind of like, whoa, this is kind of a lot. But then they think back to how it used to be, and they're like, oh, well, yeah, it's kind of normal. So all right, I'm digging this tile work. I'm going to stop talking for a minute, and as soon as I'm done, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm digging this tile work because what they did was, even though there's steps to come down right here, if you look, it follows the same pattern, even though it's broken up by height. And I think that's pretty cool. That's something that I do in the Grand Lion Hotel as well, is that the floor patterns, even though it might be a wall, it'll continue as if the wall wasn't there. Like there is a break, but on the other side, it's just like, yeah. So I like when they do this. That's a good building technique. All right. It's I've got quite a few bags laid out, by the way. I spent my time yesterday doing all this, so I'd have a good live stream. So anyway, and then I started it off by waking up late. So yeah, that's always fun. But I did print off a bunch of jokes that are construction related. So let's do one. Okay. Oh, I already read those ones. All right, so let's put this page away. That was too dumb to even say. Oh, in construction, which buildings are considered to have the least weight? And it's most definitely a lighthouse. Okay, all right. I only printed the jokes. I didn't make them up. Yeah, and judging by the pieces here, the walls are going to be going up fairly quickly, and we'll have some height and depth to this today by the time we're done. So that's always good. And I am going to do a live stream tomorrow morning as well, and I will not oversleep. Because I realize I have the capability of oversleeping, I will set my alarm. Yeah, and the reason I did a live stream this morning is I want to get this out of the way. And it's not like I don't like doing this, but I want to get this done because I have the other 2 sets that are the same. You know, they're the crowdfunding ones, and I want to get them built, and I want to get them built as soon as possible. And I'm excited because, as far as I know, I still can't announce it because it's not 100%. But the talk in the background is the show in June that I was telling you about is going to happen. So once I receive word that it is going to happen, I'm going to have to focus a lot on that. And I'm going to have to figure out a way that train station that I got through this crowdfunding, it doesn't quite fit the modular design of my club layout, but I'm going to build it as it is on the box for you guys. And then you're going to see me, if I have time, modify it so that it fits on the club layout, because I want it on the club layout. So that'll be happening as well. Ooh, wait a minute. Nothing happened. Why did it? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, it's called Studgate Train Station. And like I said, it was just built, part of the crowdfunding. And it is 4,076 pieces with 9 minifigures. So, and yes, it did retail for a pretty penny. It retailed for $399.99. So, yeah, I'm going to have to do some finagling to make it work. So yeah, but my promise to you is that I will build it as is, so you all can see it, and then from there we'll do the good old modifications, and you're going to see how it's going to fit and how it's going to work out. So I'm excited. Yeah, good old modular, John. And how's your morning going, John? How is Rude doing this morning? You guys go for a walk yet? I know you guys are like 2 hours ahead of me, so me getting up at 9 o'clock, I mean, you've already been up for a couple hours. It's usually the other way around, though, because usually, usually I'm getting up at 4 in the morning, be at work at 4:30. So me sleeping in till 9 o'clock my time, my goodness, that is like really late. No, Enzo, I don't want your attention right now. Having a dog is like having a child sometimes. I think you understand that, John. And I think, well, I don't think, I'm going to try to get a hold of my granddaughter today. Been missing her. Want to talk to her, see how she's doing. She'll be 5 in July, man. And I don't know if you guys remember, I have a couple of videos with her early on the channel, and she was only 2. So yeah, that means means my channel is almost 3 years old. In fact, now I'm thinking about it, next month it will be 3 months old, or 3 months, 3 years. That's why you don't oversleep, because yeah, everything's all foggy. Bath, eating breakfast. All right. So your day's already started. Awesome. Okay. I like how they secure these down with those extra pieces. That's awesome. And if you guys are watching this on the replay, I'd appreciate if you hit the like button. And if you're watching now, please hit the like button. But yeah, it's funny because I used to get upset when I did these live stream. Well, not upset with you guys, upset with myself. That sometimes, the attendance is kind of poor, But then I go back and I watch the ticker on here and how many people are watching it. And I guess people do like watching it. They just aren't able to make the times that I can make, and that's okay. I mean, I have a schedule and you have a different schedule. It's all cool. But what I'm trying to say is that people they tend to watch it on the replay, and quite a bit actually. So all good news. So I don't fret anymore when I first start out and not much, there's not much activity, because it'll pick up on the flip flop. So that's why I mentioned you guys in the replay, because I know that there's going to be quite a few of you. And Enzo, you need to just sit down, man. He's being impatient like a little kid. He wants something, and I don't know what it is. And I'd let him outside before I started. So if he didn't use the restroom, that's his problem. Okay, so 4. Yeah, I got it. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the instructions. And you're saying you'll power wash the lanai today, and you've noticed that too. Yeah, it is kind of weird, isn't it? But it just the way it goes, I guess. So you got a little outside area there. Oh, and then we need the stairs. Okay, I see. Oh, I see. Okay. Awesome. Oh, well, that's not awesome when you do that. So I don't want to make this political, but I do want to mention some news. I thought the big rumor at the beginning of this week was that the former president was supposed to be arrested, but I guess the week came and gone. It didn't happen. Now, there were some pictures that circulated on the internet that were fake that showed him being arrested, and it was a kind of a violent outcome, but it didn't happen. So anyway, and I'm not saying it should or shouldn't have happened. I'm just saying that rumor was just a rumor, and well, things did not work out that way. And then I'm trying to see where these two pieces go. Oh, I see where they go. Oh, I noticed that he wants a belly rub. He probably does. He's very demanding. And John, oh, the New York DA is a jerk. Okay. You know, I had never heard of him before this week, so I have not looked into his background, and kind of really don't care to, but I probably should, because I need to stay informed. And I usually do stay informed, because I'm not one of these people that just reads headlines. Usually, I usually like to get into the story and get beyond the story a little bit to understand what is really going on. Because I'm sorry, the news, and I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. You got to admit that the news, they just like to tell you the shortest. It has to fit within 30 seconds. And I'm sorry, but there's more to the story in 30 seconds. There always is. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. And I don't even care if you're not in the aisles and you're independent. I mean, I don't care. It just, the news gives you a quick blast of whatever, just to make it sensational and sell, clicks, and they don't care about the rest. And I do, because I want to know more about the story, and I want to know what's really going on. And I think just about every news agency does that, whether they're right leaning, left leaning, in the middle, independent. I just never seen a news organization that takes the time anymore. They used to actually report the whole entire thing, but they just don't. And you know, John, I tend not to watch them either, the major networks anymore. And hey, Ryan, thanks, man. How you doing? Such a fantastic piece of art. Thank you. And it's not mine, but it definitely is a fantastic piece of art. And yeah, I'm not. I hope you guys understand. I'm not being political by stating what side is right and all that. I'm just stating my observations about the news media never really gets into the stories that much anymore. And I sure wish they did, because as a kid, I think you guys know news is important to me. I started my first job was at the San Jose Mercury, which is a newspaper that's still in existence today. And I started off as a paper boy, which they don't have anymore for kids. But that was my first job, and delivering the news was awesome. I loved it. I got a free copy of the paper and was able to read it every day. And even as a 9-year-old kid delivering the paper, I used to read it from cover to cover almost every day. So news has always been important to me. Okay, we are on bag number 5. And where I noticed where newspapers went downhill, and news in general, was that I delivered for the Mercury for like 6 years, from 9 to about 15. And I remember at some point, the Mercury put out an article that some expert somewhere said that unless the news starts being more entertaining, that they will not be in existence much longer. And shortly after that article came out, for the first time ever, the San Jose Mercury did a swimsuit photo shoot thing. And a lot of people thought that was scandalous. Of course, this is late 80s. Nowadays, you not that I'm promoting it, but it's not hard to find an advertisement with nipples in it. But times were different then. And that was definitely not accepted, and neither is dropping pieces on the floor. And it just seems like that was the turning point, that one article that said that they had to focus more on entertainment. And then I noticed that the news article started getting shorter and less in depth. And in my opinion, it's just gone downhill from there. So anyway, just an opinion. You can have your own. I don't care if you agree with me or not. It's just my observation of being a paper boy for all those years, and my observations after. And yes, I am. For those who don't know, I'm 47 years old. That does not make me wiser than anybody else. I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I'm just me. And that's all there is to it. I'm just me. But yeah, we've got lots of things going on here. The shop is, and I'll just level with you guys because I haven't done much in the shop lately, and that's because the shop is a complete mess. Boy, was it not built right. I've got water in the shop like you wouldn't believe. And as a result, it'll melt on the sides, because I got snow piled up about 4 feet on the sides. I have removed as much as I could, but the stuff that's thawed and then refroze overnight, it's presenting a challenge because it's like a solid chunk of ice and I can't remove it. So I removed as much as I could, and after that, it's just is what it is. Now it's still piled up, the ice, and it melts a little bit, runs down the walls into the shop because the way the concrete sticks out beyond the walls, it's not supposed to, but um, the guy who built it, well, I don't want to say anything negative, so let's just say his construction skills could have used a big refresher before he started doing this. And that's what I'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna criticize the guy any further. So it wasn't built right, and water just comes in. I messed. That's the long and short of it. And oh, there it is. I was gonna say I was missing the pieces, but I know I'm not. I got the piece right here. So yeah, water runs in underneath, and it comes in as liquid, which isn't a problem. I do have a fan on it, and I was hoping the fan would help dissipate it, which it does, but it's not fast enough. And I only have 2 fans in there, and I've got 240 feet worth of wall. So 2 fans just doesn't do it. It just gets one side. And as a result, the water comes in, it refreezes on the floor, and I've got a nice big ice skating rink in there now. And in some places, it was over half an inch deep. Now we've had enough warm weather this week before the additional snow, and it's not that bad. It's only a coating of ice, it's not any depth to it anymore. I did once it started dissipating a little bit, I put some space heaters directed at the floor, 2 of them, as well as my fans, and that really seemed to help. But it's a soupy mess in there, and I don't like being in there. Of course, if you return to the channel, in about a month or 2, you're going to hear me complain about how hot it is out there. Because that is one thing about that shop. It got hotter than Hades out there. My goodness. And I don't have air conditioning or anything, heat. I don't have anything connected up yet. So that's just going to be a real pain in the butt. And the air conditioner in here, the hose thing cracked when I removed it off the window. So it's not functional right now. I'm going to have to order a piece, but I'm going to order that piece because it got hotter than Hades up in this loft here last summer too. So definitely going to have my challenges coming up here, but I'm not asking for any sympathy. It just is what it is, and I'm going to deal with it, and I'll come through it on the other side just fine. I will complain a little bit though. I will tell you that. I also got to get my lawnmower fixed. My riding lawnmower, it's got a flat tire, so I gotta get that fixed, and that's going to be expensive. Last time I had a flat tire on it, the hole couldn't be fixed, couldn't be patched, so I had to get a whole new tire, and the tire was like $90, and then it cost another $15 to get it mounted onto the rim. So it cost me a little over $100 for a flat tire. Things are expensive, but to tell you what, I love having a riding lawnmower. That is so awesome. I should teach Angel how to drive it, and he'll just do it for me. That'd be best. Yeah, I could see Enzo on that thing. Dang crazy dog would run over everything on purpose, knowing his attitude. Oh, so this hangs off. Okay. All right. I'm not used to doing this kind of instructions because you build and you hit a button, you build, you hit a button. Oh, okay, so this goes on the outside. I kind of like the printed instructions better, to be honest. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to this. Because who knows? Maybe in a couple months of doing directions this way, I'll really like it. But as for right now, it seems kind of weird. So I guess when it comes to these buildings, um, I've got a lot planned for this channel, and I mean a lot. Um, I've got all those 3-in-1s over there that I've done a video on. I've got a couple speed champions left. I've got the other 2 crowdfunding sets, and then I've got my custom builds I'm going to do. The city. I need to get back to that as well, but the ice skating rink's kind of preventing me from doing that. And then I got some shop updates because once I make some more repairs on the shop, or the general contractor does for some of it, I'm going to do a video. So I got a lot going on, to be honest. And I got my shows. If the second one goes through, we're going to have 2 shows in June. Oh boy, does not want to stay together. There we go. Then after June, we've got quite a few shows actually coming up. Oh, like one a month till like the end of the year. So, and I don't have my sheet for all those, so I can't rattle them all off. I know a couple of them. I know the one in October is Idaho Falls because that's where my aunt lives, and I'll be visiting her, saying hi and everything. She's fun to hang out with. She's always been kind of the cool aunt. I'm not sure my dad would agree. That's his sister, but I always thought she was cool. I enjoy hanging out with her. So I know that one, and then I know the big one is Intermountain Train Expo in November. That's like perhaps the biggest show that we do, and that one is big. I mean, some years it's been over 40,000 square foot. Although the Denver one is, I guess the Denver one is way bigger, but we don't do that one every year. Denver's got 3 acres underneath the roof, and they don't fill all of it, but they fill the majority of it. And that was just a huge. That one's the Rocky Mountain Train Show, I think. And I did that one last year in 2022. Really enjoyed that show. So yeah, we've got a lot of shows going on coming up, and that means a lot of content because, well, each show I try to get a little bit better, and I try to do something new, and okay, I see how this is going. I really like this concept of having a modular building under construction. I think that's pretty cool. And I'm also gonna be working on the Grand Lion Hotel. Before the June show, I have committed to my club that I will have another level done on it. However, I'm really shooting for 2 more levels, because right now I have 2 complete levels done, the main floor and the second floor, but I'd like to have the third and fourth done before a next show that we do. So if that works out, you'll see that, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm really shooting for it. I think it'd be great to get that building done. I've got a lot of the brick for it. I'm gonna have to order stuff here and there, because I don't think I have enough pictures on the wall, and I don't think I have enough toilet seats and just random items that go to it. I don't think I have it all. I'll have to order and just keep going. And but then also I have other custom buildings that I want to put together for the shows. I'm toying with the idea of making this not a construction site, and to make this a finished building and making it tall and putting it in the shows. I thought about that. I also have a white hotel, which is a way more modern hotel than the Grand Lion Hotel, because the Grand Lion Hotel is supposed to be an older hotel. And I've started that years ago. I only have enough brick for the first 3 levels, because that's all I ever got done. So that one's going to be a job and a half to get done. But I'd like to get that one moving so that I can also display that at shows. I've got a lot, got a lot of ideas. And so that means a lot of content for the channel. It's just, this is stuff that I hope you guys understand. With my time constraints, I can't just do this all overnight. It's going to take months and months, if not, I might be doing some of the stuff in the next year. But yeah, I've got plenty of ideas. And then for my city itself, as you guys have watched the video, if you haven't, please go watch one. But in the city, I've got layers. So I've got two levels underground, and that opens itself up to having things underground, like a subway, parking garage, bomb shelters, that kind of stuff. And then above ground, I've got some buildings, and some of the buildings, if they're over the garage, are going to have a basement that extends into that. So, and I don't know why Enzo is over here making weird pig noises, because normally he's quiet all day long, but he seems to have figured out that when I'm on a live stream, it's time to be loud and obnoxious. And I don't know if you guys can even hear it. I can, and I find it annoying, and I think he knows that too. The dog's a little sometimes he is just annoying. So anyway, but what dog isn't, right? All right, so let's do another joke here. Okay, I told my contractor I didn't want carpeted stairs. He gave me a blank stare. All right. That actually is kind of funny. It's stupid, but it's funny. The blank stare, huh? Okay, we're on bag number 6. And like I said, we will resume the live stream tomorrow. So however far we get today, that's where we're going to pick up tomorrow. And I really do like how Lego has changed over the last 15 years. Because I remember cars and buildings being very boxy and not much detail. And I mean, they were still cool. And I didn't knock it or nothing. I just guess I didn't realize until they came out with the modular series that how much more Lego could be. And when I got that when I first saw that corner cafe, I knew I just had to have it. And ever since then, every modular that's come out, I've really thought was cool. Now, some of them, they didn't start off by calling them expert. I can't remember what they started off as. They started off as a different series, and then they created a kind of incorporated into creator expert, which is pretty cool. Glad they did that. But you see the difference in their buildings when you see one of these, and then you see like a regular police station, not the modular one, just a regular police station, and you see the difference in the detail. You see the difference in the quality. It's just really up several notches. It's awesome, and I absolutely love the fact that they started doing this, because I think that these buildings truly unlock the potential of Lego, or Legos, depending how you say it. And I don't care how you say it. I don't get into those arguments. If you want to be silly and waste your time arguing about it, please do. But I'm not going to participate. Anyway. Oh, shoot. And also, another thing that's unlocked the potential of Legos, in my opinion, is the Ultimate Collector series. Some of those are just phenomenal. Actually, most of them are. They're just awesome. And I love the Ultimate Collector series, the first Star Destroyer. I own it, and the second one, actually. And the amount of detail on those is just awesome. I'm not really sure how they could have done much better on those. Those are pretty good. And I like the fact that they actually revisited it, because the first Star Destroyer, based off the pieces that were around at the time, that was a really good build. But then Lego comes up with new molds and new colors and all that, and then they redid it. And I think that was great for the Millennium Falcon. However, I'm not really sure why they did a second one on that, other than to destroy the secondary market. Because if you didn't know, the first Millennium Falcon Ultimate Collector series, prior to the second one being released, the first one was selling on Amazon for $12,000 to $13,000, and I kid you not. And so I think Lego re-released it because they realized, okay, well, if the used one's selling for that high, and we originally sold it for $500, if we redo it and re-release it, we could sell it for $800, and people are going to buy, because people have been buying it at this elevated price. So that was a good move by them to do it, I think. But it did wreck the secondary market. But I'm not on the secondary market selling sets, so no skin off my nose there. But I guess my point was not secondary market. My point was that I like the detail involved with the Ultimate Collector series, and these modulars. And some of the other ones they've done, like the Republic Gunship, I really thought that was a cool Ultimate Collector series. And also Boba Fett ship, with another good one that was Ultimate Collector series. There's been a lot of good ones. I really appreciate the fact that Lego's done those. And yes, they are more pricey, but if you look at the Boba Fett ship, or Slave One, as it was originally called, if you look at it and you look at the $45 set versus the Ultimate Collector series, which was a couple hundred, you're getting a whole lot more. It's bigger in size. It's way more detailed, has compartments, has I can't remember what alt has now, because I have it, but I haven't built it for a while. But yeah, it's got a lot to it, and a lot more detail, a lot more pieces. So yeah, it's going to cost more. But I like when they do that, because it really, in my opinion, it helps everyone out when they do that. Because if you only got a couple dollars, and you can only afford the $45 set, well, you still have Slave One, Boba Fett ship. You still have it. But if you have a little bit more money and you want to spend it and you want a highly detailed one, well, they've got that too for you. So I like how they do that. So anyway, yeah, we are on bag 6 right now. Just for, cause I saw a couple people come in, just to let you guys know where we're at. And I'm not sure how long we're gonna go. But I am gonna pick it up tomorrow morning wherever I leave off today, and we got to keep going until we're done. I think there's 22 bags to this thing. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going until it's done, man, so that we can go on to other builds. I'm really thinking that my main next build is going to be the Studgate train station, which is another one of these crowdfunding ones. Because like I said, I want to build that one for you guys as is, as they designed it. And then I'm going to do maybe some more live streams, or maybe they won't be live streams. Maybe they'll just be on the side, but I'll do some more modifications to it to make it fit the modular construction design that my lug uses at shows, because I would like to display that at shows. And currently, as it is, it would hit the next train tracks, so I can't, obviously can't leave it in its current form. So I'm gonna have to do that, and that's probably going to involve buying more pieces and that kind of thing. But who doesn't like buying new pieces, right? So that'll probably be some of the more upcoming things on this channel. We'll be modifying that Studgate train station. And let's see. Let's do a joke. They're all lame anyway, but they're all funny though in a way. Oh, what kind of bird works at a construction site? And that's a crane, not a swan, a crane. That was pretty bad. Yeah, on a personal note, I need to go out and check the fluids in my truck and my car today. Make sure I keep those things running right. A couple weeks ago, I had to replace the battery on my truck, and that was no fun. But at least it didn't completely die on me. At least I got somewhere. Was able to park it at my friend's house, and then my friend was able to take me to the store and get me the battery, and then I can install it at his house. And of course, installing a battery really isn't that hard. Unless you have a Ford Escape, and my daughter has one of those. That's why I'm saying it. And the battery is just tucked in the most inconvenient place, and you have to remove this cover, and oh my gosh. And of course, when I was replacing her battery, when I was replacing the cover, it has clips that clip to the bottom of the windshield. And when I was gingerly, or I thought gingerly, putting it back on, one of the clips slipped, hit the windshield, and cracked it all the way across. And then, I owe my daughter a new windshield because I broke her windshield. And I did. I spent the 400 and whatever dollars it was and got her a new windshield because it was my fault. But yeah, I'm sorry, getting off on tangents there. I just need to take care of my vehicles is what I'm saying this weekend. Because knock on wood, my vehicles, my whole entire driving life, and like I said earlier, I'm 47, my vehicles have never left me on the side of the road stranded, not once. And I take care of them. I do my preventative maintenance, and most of my vehicles get over 250,000 miles before I trash them. And some of them get more than that. I had a truck that had 286,000 miles on it before, well, it got wrapped around a steel pole, my friends. So it's no longer with us. And well, when you start crashing trucks in the steel poles, all bets are off. Not like it wasn't on purpose, but But what's that old saying about something happens, SH happens? Yeah, well, that's what happens when you're driving along and some a-hole runs a red light and you T-bone his car and it spins you around and you go right into a steel pole. That's what happens when that happens. It's considered a total loss. And it bent the frame on the truck too, so I didn't even want to fix it. I was done. And I don't even have the expertise to know how to fix that, to be honest. When a frame gets bent, it's bent. And if a steel pole won't do it, you got yourself a really tough vehicle. But that happened years and years ago. That happened, I think we only had 2 kids back then. My second kid was born in 99. So, yeah, we're talking about something that happened 24 years ago, but it was only a few years ago that I was finally able to get a truck to replace it, because when that truck got wrecked, we took the money from the accident and bought ourselves a minivan because we had 2 kids and the wife was pregnant with a third, and well, it just wasn't feasible to get a truck because we needed something that was going to be more family oriented. So I agreed to get a minivan. We did. We had that minivan for 14 years or so. Ran it into the ground. I used to nickname and call it Lazarus, or religious term, because if you don't know, Lazarus is supposedly the guy in the Bible that Jesus brings back from the dead. And so I used to nickname that minivan Lazarus because every time it broke, I fixed it. And no, it never left me stranded. But things did break on it. And after that van broke, by the time that van did break, 2 of the kids had already moved out. And so I was like, okay, well, I want my truck back. Because kids are gone. I want my truck back. So the wife agreed that I needed to get my truck back. No, she didn't think I needed it, but she was kind enough to go along with my idea, and we got a truck. And I really like my truck. I really enjoy it. Oh, wow. This thing's like scored. Oh, well. These clear windows in Lego, they're never pristine because they're moving around in the bag and sloshing up against the other pieces. So, you know, whatever. It's never going to be perfect. But you know what? It's cool. It's all good. And let me move this back in the screen a little bit. Sorry, guys. I'm getting so carried away building that I'm not even noticing that. Okay, then we got 2 more windows. And this is, to me, this is where the building gets exciting, because this is where it starts getting depth to it. And it's not like building the foundation part is bad or anything, and it's necessary, obviously, but it gets funner as you're able to see the building climb up a little bit. All right. We are on bag number 7, and I think this will be my last bag today, but I do want to get it done. I do have other bags laid out, but we can do those tomorrow morning, because I will be doing a live stream tomorrow morning. as well. And I think Greg will be with us tomorrow. He worked today, which is why he's not here. He is missed. And if he's watching this on the replay, I want to let him know he's missed. I don't see where the other one goes. Oh, over here. Okay. I guess there's one good thing about oversleeping. I'm not as tired as I usually am. 12 hours, dang, man. Was not expecting that, guys. Oh, okay. I see how this goes. I feel sorry for the poor guy that builds these instructions on this app, man. It looks like this takes forever. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a nice app and I do like it. But I'm just commenting the fact that it looks like it takes a lot of time. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, say I'm not tired, and all of a sudden I'm yawning. That's great. Anyway, just look for some pieces here. And I have not kept up with the Lego releases that are coming out. I usually do, but I haven't. Is there any cool builds you guys are looking forward to, new sets? Oh, never tell a window a joke. You might make it crack up. Okay, well, that was definitely on the lame side of the joke, but okay. All right. I do like my jokes. If you're new to the channel, I like all kinds of jokes, but unfortunately, YouTube does not like most jokes. So I stick to my lame, corny ones here on YouTube. If you ever catch me on the street, you'll probably see a different side of me that's much more funny. But I don't want to kill my channel before it has a chance to get off the ground, so I will stick to lame dad jokes. And I am known for my lame dad jokes on here. Yeah, they used to make fun of YouTube and say Susan was watching or whatever because she was a CEO, but I heard she's no longer there. I don't know who the I don't know who the one CEO is now. I don't know who makes the decisions over there. But I think people will still use the term Susan just because she was who was around for a while. I've heard mixed things about Rivendell, the new set that just came out. I know I'm not getting it. Funds are limited, so I just won't be getting it. That does not look right. I hope it's not going where I think it's going. Oh, okay, I see. Now it makes sense. And I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times I feel like I'm in a race against time. I mean, it's like, laundry's going to pop back up. Dishes are going to pile up. The grass is going to grow. So I just feel like I'm in a race against time a lot of times because I want to get as much as I can done before I got to stop and do a chore. I try to squeeze as much as I can in between chores so that way I feel like I'm getting more done. But, I can't get away from chores, and I don't think any of us can. It's kind of just a thing, and grass is going to grow. You are going to wear clothes, and you are going to stink them up, and you got to get the stink out by washing them. Okay. Sorry, the instructions were a little weird there, so I kind of had to do a double take. But yeah, I mean, these things are going to happen, and you got to kind of deal with them as they come. And I don't see a piece that they're saying should be here. Oh, it's gray. Oh, okay, never mind. I was looking for brown. That's my bad. And today, like I said, I'm going to work on my truck a little bit, my car. Well, not really work on it. Check the fluids, fill them, top them off, and then they'll be good to go for another week or two. Actually, I do it every other Saturday, so 2 weeks. This time of year, I don't have to worry about the grass. Thank goodness. Oh, wow, this is kind of hard to see. It got small all of a sudden. Okay. I only wish they would have put the stairs inside the building and made the building square. And that way, because I mean, a building's going to have stairs to it, but okay, they didn't. Not a huge criticism, not a huge knock on it. It's just something I observed. Okay. And you probably heard Max there. I'm not sure if you did. But speaking of cats, I let two of the smaller ones, I should say. I let them in the house for a little bit because I knew we were going to get all that snow, and there really isn't much of a place for them to hide out at. So I kind of felt bad for him, let him in. I did not let that nasty cat in there that attacked me. He gets to stay outside. I don't care what happens. Yep. And I do like how they put the Technic axle in the middle of these to shore it up, because otherwise it's just weak, and you barely hit it, it'll fall apart. And so by putting that axle in there, you're adding a lot of strength. Okay. Oh, now we're going to be doing along the front here. Oh, wait a minute. Is that right? No. I think I got to, I got to flip it a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the last thing I want to do is make any mistakes on this. So I know John thinks it's funny when I make mistakes, but sure is a pain to have to go back and tear something down. And yesterday I was building one of the Star Wars ships, and it had a lot of Technic in the middle. And I got to the end, and I realized that I had placed some pins in the wrong place. But of course, they were buried because now they had other Technic pieces on top of them. And so I had to tear it down pretty far to undo my mistake. It was not fun at all, but it is necessary when you got to build them right. So yeah, I took about 20 minutes to tear it down to the point I needed to get the pins moved and get everything lined back up. And just to give you guys a short update on that, I have been rebuilding my sets, all of them, and then placing them on shelves in the shop. However, not going to the shop that much, but they will be going in the shop once things get shored up in there. Anyway, I'm not trying to get off on a tangent. I've been building my sets, cataloging on Brickset, and as of right now, I have a little over 800 sets. I'm really hoping that I can get them all built, all displayed. I really do enjoy showing you guys, like when they come out with like a new X-Wing, I can just go over and pick up the last couple of versions that I have and show you a side-by-side comparison. I love doing that. And that's been the main reasons I'm doing it. Also, I'm doing it for insurance reasons, because if I ever have some sort of catastrophic loss, I'll be able to prove the insurance company through my videos that yes, I did own these sets, and yes, you do owe me money to replace them. Now I know some people, there's been an argument online whether you need a special rider on your insurance for it. I have talked to my insurance company, and they consider it personal property, so it is covered under my insurance. And yes, I did buy the maximum amount of personal property insurance for my dwelling, so it is covered completely. But yeah, I'm doing it for many reasons, but I broke the 800 mark of sets this week while cataloging them. And it takes a while because I have to build them, and I'm making sure I have all the pieces. And sometimes I am missing a piece, and sometimes I don't have an extra piece in my collection. That's kind of rare, but it does happen. And when it does, I've been hopping on Bricklink, ordering just a couple pieces off the guy. And because of that, I'm not doing videos on it. And then I replace the pieces that are missing, broken, damaged, sun faded. Well, not all the sun faded ones. Some of them I'm just keeping there. But you know what I'm saying. Just bring up the par and make it look good. I still have a long way to go. I'm not sure how far this journey is going to go, but I'm hoping not too much longer. I'm hoping I'm able to really make some strides this weekend, which is why I don't have any plans to go see friends, family this weekend. I'm just trying to get stuff done for myself, and that is not something I'm able to do very often because my level of responsibilities and the age of my parents, that kind of stuff. I don't usually get a weekend to myself where I can just do what I want to do and get stuff done. But this is one of those weekends where nothing's planned. There's no family dinner. That was last weekend. I don't have any club meetings, don't have any shows. It's just really, it's almost weird that I don't have something going on. So, um, but I'm grateful for it. I'm not complaining. My goodness, the fact that I get to stay home is awesome, and it's even more awesome on my pocketbook because whenever I take my truck into Utah far enough to see family and come back, it's a minimum of $40 gas. So it hits me in the pocketbook too. So that's another plus to not have anything going on this weekend. And I mean, I'm not a cheesy person. I don't go up to my family and say, "Oh yeah, I came to visit you. You owe me $40 for gas." No, I came to see you. I'm buying my own gas. I say that because I actually had a friend that used to do that, and he's just pissed off his family, and they never gave him money anyway. I don't know why he did it, but yes, I had a friend that was that tacky. Kind of reminds me of that Weird Al song because I'm tacky. But anyway, you guys certainly don't want to hear me sing. I'm sure of that. But yeah, whenever I go across that I call it the hill, but it's more than a hill; it's a mountain. When I go across the mountain and come back, it's at least $40. And if I go far enough, it can cost 50 or 60, depending on the person I'm visiting over that hill. And next Saturday, I may not be able to do a live stream. One of my mom's childhood friends, her husband passed away, and I knew him, and they're having the funeral this coming on April Fool's Day. I'm not sure if I'm going. I didn't know him all that well, but I did know him. And if some of my siblings are going, I'll definitely go. But if no one else is going, I probably won't. But if I do, I won't be doing a live stream next Saturday morning. Wait a minute, they didn't have me do that? Okay, well, there is an extra piece, so I'm going to see if I can. The instructions did not tell me to do this, and I see why, because it's really hard to do it, but I want to do it, so I'm going to see if I can. Oh, nope, you can't because not enough room. Okay. All right, so that's not going to happen. So if we were to keep going, we would be on bag number 8, but I'm not going to do bag number 8 this morning. I'm going to stop it right here, right now. And this is what bags 1 through 7 will get you. It'll get you a nice little control arm, get you the beginnings of a crane, get you a little stairwell, it'll get you the inside of the building started. And this guy, he's got a jackhammer in here, and it's got fresh tiles next to him, but I don't think you use a jackhammer to put fresh tiles in. I think you do the opposite, tear it up, but whatever. I don't know. That's just a little bit of schematics. So yeah, this is where we're at. Tomorrow morning, it won't be the same time because I'm gonna get up early enough. But we're gonna do a live stream, and we'll go ahead and kick this off and just keep going. I want to, like I said, I want to finish this so we can start on the train station and do some city work and that kind of stuff. We've got a lot going on. So if you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe. And if you subscribed before, please make sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube likes to throw you guys off. And I don't know why. It does it to every channel, not just mine. But their algorithm's really kind of weird. And I don't say that I understand it or profess to. So anyway, just make sure you're still subscribed. Leave me a comment below. Turn on all notifications. Head over to my Bricklink store. Links in the description if you need some parts for your mods and mocks. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, be good to each other. Stay safe out there, and I will catch you on the next video, which will be tomorrow morning.